Hello, everybody, and welcome to 5 in 5, your weekly diet of bite sized reflections from individuals who are trailblazing diversity and inclusion in many walks of life. My name is Celeste Murgor, and I am your guest host for 5 in 5. Today I am joined by Sophia Bi, who is an assistant production manager at ITV. Sophia is also currently the only Asian female motorsport marshal working for the British Motorsport Marshals Club. Welcome, Sophia.
Hi, thanks for having me today.
You're most welcome. So we'll head straight into the questions. So what do you think is one of the largest barriers to diversity in motorsport?
So at the moment, when I completed my master's dissertation last year, my thesis, as part of my research, I found a lot of things that were quite interesting. And one of the interesting things was the lack of experience and representation diverse women in general have in motorsport, just like myself. So within motorsport marshalling, there's not a lot of diverse representation. But there's also not a lot of opportunities for diverse women in general to have all these experiences or chances. One of my main theses as well was just to see in general, the figures of diverse women in motorsport, and I couldn't get those results or figures for Motorsport UK themselves. They actually told me that they couldn't provide me with the statistics because they haven't ever, recorded the statistics for diverse females in motorsport marshalling or just in general as well within the motorsport industry. And I found that quite interesting because you tend to see nowadays a lot of women that are interested in motorsport, but yet there's no figures or statistics to back that up and say, yeah, we have got an increase within diverse, females in motorsport or just in general males as well. There's no figures for either one of them. So I think for me personally as well, the barrier is representation. There's just not enough diverse representation within the industry being acknowledged anywhere. So how can you expect other, diverse motorsport fans to look up to these role models in the industry and say, yeah, we want to follow their footsteps?
And what actions do you think we need to take to combat these barriers?
Well, as part of the Motorsport Equality, Diversity Inclusion Subcommittee for Motorsport UK, what we're trying to do is we know the problems and the barriers that a lot of diverse motorsport fans, and people in general face within the industry. What we're trying to do is offer practical solutions. And one of those is trying to get some representation across, trying to see who we can work with to represent certain people in the industry and say, look, this is what you can do. There's no barriers holding you back now. Within the motorsport industry as well, what I've noticed is a lot has changed, especially with the Hamilton Commission. He's laid out all the facts, but it's not really practical. One of my friends recently became an F1 presenter, Ariana Bravo. She's one of my close friends, and it's just so amazing to see that representation on our screens now. And a lot of people, I think, realize, this is what we can do, and there's nothing that can stop us. With a committee, we're holding a lot of meetings, back-to-back meetings, and we're trying to offer these kind of solutions, practical solutions that we can put across a lot of the board and industries. So at the moment, I think if we take some practical steps, such as representation across, trying to offer the opportunities and experiencing, such as go-karting, within a lot of little motorsport industries as well that I've seen online. Just little solutions like that. I think it won't work as per se straight away. We can't solve diversity straight away. It'll build up slowly. It takes years to build that up. So I think we're getting there slowly, but effectively as well.
So what developments in motorsport excites you right now?
I think the most important development was within motorsport marshalling. So now when you do register as a motorsport marshal, one of the questions that they ask you is to put your ethnicity background in there. They never used to do that before. So they've only just started doing that this year, and they've done that because they want to record the number, like I was saying, they want to record the number of diverse motorsport marshals that they have in the UK. When I tried to get statistics last year for my thesis, I couldn't get any because they never did, they never recorded how many ethnic diverse motorsport marshals they have. I don't think they ever thought about it or they had a reason to until I came across and said, look, we need to, because they're not being acknowledged. And even if we do have diverse motorsport marshals, why aren't they represented enough in the marshalling industry? And even though it's volunteering, I still think it's really, really important that to acknowledge the diverse motorsport marshals that we have, because you never know who in the future want to, join the BBMC UK or any other marshalling club in the future. So I think it's really important that they do that, and it's really nice to see that Motorsport UK have acknowledged that and they've put that across this year.
I like that, Sophia, because it just goes to show that you're truly a trailblazer as you go along, because you're really seeing all these things for the first time and you're trying to make a change for the first time. I really do admire that.
Thank you.
The next question is, what is your favorite failure?
Ooh, I think one of my favorite failures was rejection from one of the biggest motorsport companies. I'm not going to say who, but one of the biggest motorsport companies that I applied to ages ago. And I think it was my favorite failure because of the feedback that I received from them. And I kind of learned from that and grew from that. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to take this personally, but I'm going to see what I need to work on. And over years, hopefully gain that experience and knowledge that they want me to gain. But it was also my favorite failure because the feedback that they gave me was like a one-to-one session, and it was really, really nice to have that because I've never had that before, and it came from a diverse person as well from that company. It wasn't just anybody. So they were like, look, let's be real, you're a colored person trying to break into a male-dominated industry, it'd be hard. And he just gave me straight facts and he said it like it was. So I think that was my favorite failure to have by far.
I do like that. So the final question is a random question. So are you ready for it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Ooh, spread love. Yeah, just spread love. I think there's a lot of hate in the world right now, especially with what's going on. And even in the past year, I think people tend to forget, that words can hurt, especially online. And there's just a lot of hate going around. The only thing I can say now is just spread love and kindness in the world. I think that's what we need now, more than ever in the world. Just little things can make someone else's day. You never know what someone else is going through in their lives, personally as well. But yeah, just spread love. I don't know why that came into my mind, but I think that's the one word I'd definitely say to everybody.
I love that, especially now that we're trying to increase the diversity and inclusion in motorsport. We need a lot of love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of support.
Yeah.
I think what we lack as well is a lot of support from a lot of people, because they tend to kind of back away. I think unintentionally as well. I think they're a bit scared when you mention diversity, like, oh, they take it, the wrong way. But it's just a simple thing, isn't it, when you really, really think about it. But yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's all we've got time for today. I want to thank Sophia for being our guest on 5 in 5. If you enjoy this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of 5 in 5. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.